So growing up and in elementary school, I was always really excited about math. I really liked learning about all the different patterns and connections that I could make with numbers. I thought it was really cool and exciting. And then when I got to middle school in 6th grade, I was really excited to start learning the different math that we were going to do there. But in the first week, they gave us a minute test, which is basically like a worksheet like thing with a ton of different multiplication, division, subtraction, and addition problems on it, and you had to finish it in a minute. And that first week, I could not finish it in a minute, and I don't think even when they gave them to us in subsequent weeks, I was never able to finish it as quickly as other people were and within that time limit, because the way I thought through problems, even like just multiplication problems and stuff, was I thought about it in different ways than just memorizing it. So it was really frustrating and upsetting for me, and I got really anxious about that. I thought that since I couldn't do math fast, that I was like going to be a failure in math and like wouldn't be able to go on and do all the math that I wanted to be able to do. And that stuck with me throughout middle school and even into high school. I was able to do well in math when there wasn't time pressures or time limits, but anytime there was, it would really freak me out, and I would do poorly instead of being able to show my understanding. And in 9th grade, I distinctly remember having panic attacks at the end of every test because it was like getting to the end of time. The teacher would be like, "Oh, there's 5 minutes left," and I still had a couple problems to do, or was working really hard on something and trying to understand something in the way that I understood it, but wasn't getting it, and wouldn't be able to finish. And that really stressed me out. And so that was really hard for me. And then in sophomore year, I had a teacher who focused a lot more on the processes of solving math problems instead of focusing on the answer, as so many of my teachers before had. And that really struck me, and I was suddenly able to like delve into how I was thinking about things and explaining that through like showing all of my work and writing things down. And he affirmed me for that and noticed me, and he said, "You know, Lisa, I love the way you think. Like you're thinking about this in a really good way," and that really made me feel good about how I was doing math, and took some of the attention away from the time pressure and time limit that so many of my peers were better at. And so having that shift in perspective from trying to get the answers really fast to focusing on the processes and like how I was thinking about things was really cool for me. And like going throughout the rest of high school, I would still get stressed about tests and the time limits, but every time, especially when I had that teacher, I was able to like talk myself through it and be like, no, like my thought processes are just as valuable or even more valuable than the answer I get. And it's hard to think about that, especially when so much pressure is put on doing things quickly, or when people around you are so much quicker at things. But I've found a lot of value in the way that I think deeply about things, and am now able to really pour into that instead of focusing as much on the time pressure and how that makes me feel.